Amplified, a Groundwork Ohio podcast, elevating family voices for Ohio's young children. This podcast is led by Groundwork Ohio's Center for Family Voice, a center of excellence dedicated to authentically engaging Ohio parents and families in the policies and practices that impact the healthy development of their children. The center is focused on eliminating disparities in systems that serve pregnant women, young children, and their families, and drives programmatic, policy, and practice changes at local, regional, and state levels by integrating the family voice into the decision-making process of Ohio's family-serving systems.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for our first episode of Amplified. I'm your host, Lawrence Witherspoon, the director of the Center for Family Voice.
And I am Lisette Arnold, the Community Engagement Associate here at Groundwork.
Yes, today we have special guests all the way from Canton, Ohio. We have Patricia and Avayah, her young daughter, and she is a part of our Family Action Network, and she is here to share her story and talk with us about some of her issues and concerns in her county and throughout the state of Ohio. So thank you, Patricia, for joining us on today.
Thank you for having me.
So just tell us a little bit about your story, the story that we've known, of course, through conversations with you, but we want you to share this with our audience on today, some of your experiences during your pregnancy.
Okay, so my daughter is 1 year old. She just turned 1 January 12th. I knew that it was time for me to have a baby, and it came with a purpose. The struggle for me was that it was made aware to me that I would go through this journey by myself. And now that I have gone through it, I understand why. So during my pregnancy, I saw 15 doctors, all within different areas, but in the same market in a sense as well. And they all over-medicated or over-diagnosed, but they didn't pay a lot of attention to the things that I was telling them or I felt like were wrong with me. So in a sense, my voice, I was neglected, but I felt like I was preyed upon medically. It was also due to me being single. I also feel like it was because of me being Black, and I also feel like it was due to the insurance that I held, that oftentimes my voice would be bypassed and I wasn't listened to. So in tune, I went through a lot of not stress or depression because I was going to be a mom, but because of the care or lack thereof that I received as a woman.
So when did you start advocating for maternal health?
When I realized that after I had my daughter, I wasn't depressed about being a mom. I was depressed about the care that I received. I had a lot of anxiety. I immediately put myself into a program. It was maybe like 6 weeks where it was through Kent State, where they selected me to tell my story. And so through that, they would have me actually journal and write out what happened to me. And a lot of days it was like so much anger, and she would talk to me about it. I had postpartum rage, where I would feel like I wanted to punch a wall, or I felt like I wanted to throw something. So I knew about postpartum depression, but the postpartum rage was new. So immediately I started to advocate because I needed to advocate for myself again with my healing process per se.
And to everyone watching, please remember that if you are if you actually care and love your young children in Ohio, you are an expert and your voice actually matters. Amplify your voice by sharing your own story, supporting others and sharing their stories, and advocating for change to support our young children, our families, and our community. And so we would just like to tell everyone thank you for joining us on today. If you are watching this podcast, and we once again thank you, Patricia, for taking the time out to drive here from Canton, Ohio, to share your story. And I'm Lawrence Witherspoon.
And I'm Lisette Arnold.
And thank you for watching Amplified.
Thank you.
Please rate, review, and subscribe to the Amplified podcast on the Groundwork Ohio YouTube channel. If you wish to engage with Groundwork Ohio to amplify your voice and support policies to improve the lives of Ohio's youngest children, please visit groundworkohio.org.